Well, I was debating on if this one was too ridiculous, or well, not ridiculous, but
can you give us a snazzy intro?
Okay. Well, hey there, guys. I'm Axel the Beast, and this is GameOverJesse, and I've been given one question to ask, and I'm gonna give it some pizzazz. If you know, I'm not gonna make this is my one thing, and you know I'm gonna make it as much my thing as possible. So,
10%.
We've answered a lot of interesting questions. So let's get something simple. Let's do something that's just like, yeah, okay. So we got Rivali's waifu, or Ashley, asks, who is your video game character crush? Everyone go.
Sidon.
I will be quiet. I'm not saying anything about ravioli.
You have to say something.
Ravioli.
Ravioli.
That was my lunch, by the way, also.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Delicious.
Oh.
And it's not Zelda limited, I noticed.
Oh no.
I would say, if we go with the Zelda characters, I would say Zelda from Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah.
Because Twilight Princess Zelda seems like she would beat me up. Yeah. What about you, Mindy? You've been quiet for a bit. Who is your video game crush?
Link.
Link. Any particular one?
I kind of like the design of Breath of the Wild, Link, and then the other one would be Skyward Sword, and then Twilight Princess.
All the Links.
Okay, but I was gonna say, Jesse staged that question, staged your answer.
Oh.
So now we have to ask you the real question. Would you pick a Link? Or would you pick all of the Links?
Oh.
Like, imagine you're like the Bachelorette, right? And you gotta give out your roses, and all of them, it's all the Links.
And you can pick as many as you want.
You have to eliminate at least one.
I would like Breath of the Wild Link.
Well, at least you didn't pick the Wind Waker Link. We'd have to call the police.
he's like 10 years old. You can't pick him.
Well, maybe he's like 20. You don't know. It's an art style.
No, he's actually like 10 years old though. I'm pretty sure it's just like
Alright, Gus, which video game character was your or is your crush?
He's scared.
I never talk about that, and not that I'm in fear.
Alright, well, we can come back to you. Axel,
Okay.
do you want to go?
I will be in the corner.
So, you were asking me?
Yeah, who is your video game crush and why is it a fish?
A long time ago, I was watching clips of Devil May Cry 4, and there's a sequence when you get to this ice area where there's these demons that are like freezing over the castle, and they're basically like sexy ladies, but they're like jellyfish things. And
I was talking about Mifa.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
but I'm saying that's where it comes from.
Oh, okay.
Ever since that yeah, so ever since that, like, fish and girls for some reason is a thing for me. So Mifa, yeah.
All right, and you? did he shrink down? Daniel?
Oh, it's Sidon. Everyone knows that I love Sidon. He is not only hunky,
Because
but
of that cartoon?
no, that cartoon just like confirmed it for me. I already knew though, but no, you know what? He's not only is he hunky, but he's also a very supportive person. You know, he's kind. He believes in you. He supports you. He helps you, and he's like, you're my best friend, and you're the most wonderful person I know. And he's just very. I just love him. I'm a person that needs that support. Okay. So that's why I choose the fish man.
Okay. So we have
Gone the opposite way.
Zelda, Link, Fishman, Fish Girl.
I'll choose Daruk.
Daruk.
Yes.
Nice.
Big, strong, tall, and he doesn't question when you ask him something.
Yeah, Daruk seems like
Daruk is good.
He seems like the most lovable. Like he.
If I had to choose someone to sit down and have a beer with, I'd choose Daruk.
So,
all right.
So real talk. Let's face it. Of the champions, Urbosa's the mom of the group, and Daruk is the dad of the group.
Oh yeah,
no question.
100%.
Like everyone else is just like, I don't know what, and there's like, well, let's champions, get to your divine beasts.
Yeah.
Let's show that swirling swine who's boss.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. All right, so Daniel, you have the honor of picking our very last question from the list of questions we have, and we will pick one final question from the live chat. So everybody in the live chat, go ahead, comment your question, and if it's good, it'll get picked.
Woo.
Unless there's another good question, then we might pick that one.
Right. Well, this question comes from Twitter. Thomas Armstrong asks, do you think they will tie in Zelda or other franchises to Nintendo Labo? I'm thinking a Hylian shield and bow sort of set. Or will they leave that to the fans using Toy-Con Garage? So, I kind of think so, because we saw things like in Nintendo Land, for example. There was like the Battle Quest minigame that was like Zelda tie-in. That was really cool. Motion control based. I don't see why not. It would be really cool to build a little cardboard sword and shield, and
your face is a cardboard sword and shield.
That one was a little hard.
That one was actually. But what do you guys think?
Cardboard
Zelda.
I like what you said about Nintendo Land, because I was thinking on the Wii they went with the Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking, is the Wii Sports stuff. And then with the Wii U, instead of bringing back Wii Sports, they made Nintendo Land to show off all of the system features.
Yeah.
So with the Switch, I look at where Wii Sports didn't necessarily have all of the Nintendo characters, but Nintendo Land did. I see Nintendo Labo as Wii Sports, to where it's just generic games put on something to show off the different features that the Switch can do. And then if it's successful, then they'll tie in different games with it. Like maybe you will get, as Gus mentioned, some form of crossbow training, or we've already seen the fishing pole for Nintendo Labo. Almost,
I know you love your fishing, Jesse.
Yes, Zelda games have fishing. Majora's Mask, which did not even have a fishing pond, now has two. So, and then Wind Waker, that was basically all water, had no real fishing at all.
What are you talking about? You have to fish to get your map.
Wow.
Okay. Well, with that, what about you, Gus?
I never talked too much about the Labo lately. I just see it. I mean it as an overpriced cardboard. I try to think of some other possibilities, but I'm not too keen of purchasing it when I get a Switch.
Yeah. They should give us a poster.
Yes.
with the cardboard. What are your thoughts on the Nintendo Labo? Mandy, sorry.
I mean, if it's successful, they're bound to do something with Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm not into the Labo, but to those who are, I think they're gonna do something.
Alright, well, Mandy, would you like to go through the live chat, if you have it open, and pick out our final question?
Oh, hold up.
It's the final question.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
Hey people, donate money. We will send you a copy of Daniel Remix of the final countdown.
Yeah. Who was in the chat earlier saying it was the Canadian remix?
I think that was Miss Click.
Yeah, I think so.
Thought so.
Hold up. What do you want in the next Zelda game?
Oh, and who's that from?
Go Girl.
Go Girl? Alright,
Ooh, go
Tingle.
girl.
we kind of already discussed this, but Gus is here now. So, Gus, what are your hopes for the next Zelda game?
A more cohesive storyline based on what we had on Breath of the Wild. The other part that I want to see is more, maybe a little bit of cyberpunk, since we explored with the beast, with the divine beast that they were, or the themes,
Cyberpunk
we had
Zelda
the-
would be awesome.
and we had the motorcycle. That's the DLC also, but
Yeah, you can feed your motorcycle wood to drive. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I was waiting on someone else to go.
no, I don't really have any. Beyond that, I was thinking
Yeah,
that
so
earlier.
I guess everybody can just kind of recap what they said earlier, if you want, or if you want to say something different. Starting with you, Daniel.
Savannah. I want more enemy types. I know you've talked about that a lot, Jesse, but like with other Zelda games, the different areas don't just have different colored Lizalfos. They have also different, fully different enemies. So I would love to see, you know, you go to the desert and instead of just Lizalfos that are electric and Bokoblins that are normal, you know, I'd like to see levers coming up and P-hats and stuff. And then you go to Death Mountain and there's the Dongos and, you know, those fire guys that spit. I can't remember what they're called. But then there's, you know, you go to Zora's Domain. There's more aquatic. You'll probably Octorocks and different kinds. Just the more
like animal-like enemies, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But just more diversity based in, you know, where's the Tektites? Where's the Dodongos? Where's these enemies that were kind of, you'd see them in their own habitats, you know? Because Breath of the Wild otherwise has had, like, you see that already in Breath of the Wild with the vegetation, the plants, mushrooms and stuff like that you'll find growing only in specific regions. But the enemies are kind of just the same everywhere.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see that carry over to what kind of enemies, what kind of monsters you find around.
I want to see the Mogma from Skyward Sword.
Yeah, what happened to them? You know?
Yeah.
I probably will agree with RPG on the chat. That he said that he wants to see a cave system like ridiculously large like the caves in Skyrim. That would be a cool addition also.
Yeah, especially with Link's climbing abilities, you can make some really interesting verticality in those caves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. What about you, Axel?
So, like, obviously earlier I talked about stuff. What else would I like to see? I think I'd like to see them... I'd like to see... I mean, I guess I can go a 180 from Gus here. I would like to see them de-emphasize the technology thing and bring back... I mean, they can still do technology, because it's very interesting when they do it sometimes, but, like, I feel like it's been a while since we got a Zelda game that focused almost entirely on fantasy stuff. And I thought that was cool, because, like, way back when, the technology stuff was actually really interesting when it was first introduced in the series. You had, like, the train Spirit Tracks, like, whoa, it's a little steampunk-like, or you had the weird kind of sci-fi-like Twilight stuff in Twilight Princess, like, whoa, this is kind of interesting, you know, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild. At this point, it's like, okay. I feel like getting back to the original, like, kind of like getting back to the base thing, which is fantasy, and then figuring out how to make that interesting with new things spun on it would be kind of good to see in upcoming games.
Oh, there's something that I will hate to see again, the Korok seed. I spent at least 100 days collecting them without the map. That was horrible.
You're not supposed to get all of them, though.
I ended up doing it. I said earlier that I didn't do the pictographs, but I ended up doing the Korok seed. I wanted to see the price, and I didn't got any spoilers. And then when I saw the big poop, I'm like, oh, I waste my time.
Alright, and finally with you, Mandy, what?
I would like to just see more people in Zelda games. It's pretty barren. Like,
Yeah.
they're always to one area. I like to see them like move around.
Yeah.
Like more busy stuff.
Like Majora's Mask's version of Clocktown?
Yeah, but like in different areas, and
Okay.
not just
Yeah.
Kakariko.
Yeah, I could go for that.
Yeah, more settlements and them being a little more lively, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to see, like, instead of, let's say someone's name is like Daniel, and then
Who would be named that?
you
Your
see,
face is Daniel.
like at 6 o'clock, like at 6 p.m. you'll see Daniel at Zora's Domain, but then at 8 o'clock you'll see him like walking to Goron City.
Yeah.
But like instead of just one person doing that, it's like every character, or not every character, but like at least half of the characters have their own set schedule, to where like Majora's Mask was originally supposed to be spread out over 7 days instead of the 3 days, but it was too much for the 64 to handle, so they drew it back to just 3 days, and then everyone has their own schedules. But I feel like on the Nintendo Switch they could revisit that to where they do the full 7 days, so now it's not just like day 1, day 2, day 3. They could still give them numbers, or they could call it like Monday, Tuesday, or whatever Hyrule's version of that is. And then like on Monday at 8 p.m, because Daniel has a job, he's working like on the fishing boats in Zora's Domain. Does he have a job though? He's working on the fishing boats, catching fish, like Monday through Friday, and then on the weekend you'll see him hanging out in Kakiri Forest or something. And then you'll come across some Goron named Axel, who, like Monday, like every other day, he is like in Hyrule Castletown trying to sell bombs. And then
yeah, but then on one day he eats this like killer chili that like you have to do a side quest, and then after you do the side quest, every day after he eats the chili, you just find him in the toilet all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
the paper side quest all over again.
That's what I would really like
paper.
to see. Yeah.
What if like the whole side quest is just helping this one guy kind of get through his life? So it's like a trading sequence. So like once you get him the chili, he's in the bathroom and you need to get him the paper, and you're just like repairing this guy's life.
Oh.
Alright, I think that brings us to the very end of the podcast. So Daniel, for the people that for some reason may not know who you are, who are you, and why should they care about you?
I am Daniel. You shouldn't necessarily care about me, but I appreciate it if you do. I like to do the video stuff, I guess. You can find me here on this podcast every week, except for like 2. And I have my own website called burgersonmedia.com, and you should go check out where I post all the other projects that I work on
like
there.
he vlogs about burgers.
Does he?
No, I don't actually. But
that'd be a good vlog.
It's a running joke.
Yeah, no, I came up with Burgerson because it was legitimately someone just mishearing my last name, and I loved it, and I just kept it forever. Yeah, and you will find me in LA when I go to E3 this summer, so that's just exciting.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Right. And Gus, who are you, and where can people find you?
People can find me on guscalbo.com. I have my own YouTube channel that is still under construction at the moment. And also I tend to be on the chat over here every now and then as one of the mods, as well on Patreon.
Alright. And moving to you, Axel.
I am Axel the Beast on YouTube, and Axel the Beast or Axel D. Wilder on most social media like Twitter and Facebook.
Alright. That was very fast. And finally, ending with you, Mandy. Who are you, and why should people care about you?
Hi, my name's Amanda. I just started a YouTube channel, and you can find me on my Twitter at Mandy Lee Plays, or my YouTube channel, which is Mandy Lee Plays. So, yeah.
very good that you have it all like synced up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Able to get the same username. All right, so I guess that's it for episode 23 of the Highlands Gamescast. Thank you, Axel. Thank you, Gus. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everybody who watched.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Jesse's the real hero here.
Yeah.
All our friends in the chat who've come to sit through all of this somehow.
Say bye,
some-
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
We have almost 3 hours, so thank you all for watching. Bye.